Hey everybody, good morning. This is Secondhand Dan coming to you from, I believe it's Lecanto, Florida land. Lecanto is the area between Homosassa and Inverness. I'm on my way to Inverness. Inverness is where I'm employed as a auctioneer, so I thought I'd show you the day in the life of an auctioneer in Florida. Today is Monday. It's going to be like 90 degrees by this mid-afternoon, so it's going to be hot. Hopefully it isn't too humid, but today involves what we do is set up. We set up the auction. There are multiple tables under a large pavilion. There is a parking lot, which very seldom gets used for parking, especially when it comes to auctions, but people may randomly park there during the week, but not too often because it starts to fill up. No sooner than one auction is done, they start putting stuff in there for the next upcoming auction. So like I said, there's stuff under the pavilion, there's stuff in the parking lot, and there's even a somewhat of a makeshift pavilion. It's one of those tube and canvas awning deals that we also have a row of tables under. And there's the interior of the actual physical building itself, which gets used once in a while for the Tuesday auction. Sometimes they'll do a row of furniture up the center of that building, but largely the interior building is reserved for antique auctions and for them to store the online auction merchandise. You know, they'll take pictures and catalog everything and do an online. Like right now, at the time in this video, they're doing a toy auction, vintage toys. So that's going on right now. The next auction for just random auction items is I'm not sure when that's coming up, but I've actually contributed a couple items I want them to go ahead and do to their online sales. So all right, well, I'm probably about 15 minutes out from the auction hall. They're located, if you ever went down here and you want to go to it, it's at 4000 South Florida Avenue, Inverness. And I always say located 3 miles from downtown Inverness. All right, I'll bring you back on when I get into the facility itself. All right, we are arriving at Dudley's Auction through the double wrought iron gates. There's the parking lot full of merchandise. Well, I should say half full. They'll fill up that center right down the middle with stuff, but you can see stuff to the right, stuff to the left. Here's parking for the customers during the auction. The auction house itself. Look at all those signage. Some great collectibles. They're just hanging on to those because they make the building look good. It speaks volumes about what's inside. I'm not even sure what that thing is. I'll have to ask today. Or I could just Google it. Problem is, if I Google something, it kicks my camera off and I have to start a video over, and then I have to splice videos together. I'm capable of doing that, but it's easier if I don't have to do that. Look at the supply of trailers. A lot of times they take trailers out and they'll pack them full. They'll bring them back and spread them out on the tables here. And there's Dean Swickard's famous Jeep back in action. It was out of commission for a little while, but it is back. Somebody's got a camper. Huh. I think that was a pickup from the auction they did on Saturday. See the number 74 in the window there. All right, let me back up here without hitting anything. I usually try and get here by 8:30. Running a little late because I did not know my vehicle needed gas until I hopped in it this morning. It was too close to. And here comes Carl. Carl's one of the longtime employees here. He does an awesome job. Say hello, Carl.
How you doing?
We're doing fantastic. Good morning. Well, first things first, I'm going to go right up the middle here and sign in and punch in. Lots of stuff, and I'm sure there's even more to come. Sometimes, like I said, they're going to be loading up the center parking lot out there. Here we go, entering the auction hall itself. They've got a big comic book auction coming up. Well, that might be part of the toy sale. There's lots of vintage toys. Those are all items I'm sure that are on the toy sale, along with everything on the shelves back there. A lot of Fisher Price. They're hitting the Fisher Price pretty hard. So you need to go to Dudley's auction online if you want to get some cool vintage toys. All right, inside the hall here's the kitchen. I guess whenever they have auctions where the people are actually they set up chairs in that area, and the block is all the way down there. See where the American flag is. And Robert Dudley himself will sell from up there. But the kitchen, that's so the people can come back here and grab a sandwich and some cold drinks. A lot of collectibles that have been on the premises. You know, I've been here for just over a year, I guess it is. You know, I'm on 6 months, off 6 months, and back on 6 months. But those look like carousel items right there. Nice hornet's nest. And out into the parking lot. A lot of this stuff you think, okay, they're going to just start selling everything right and left. Well, we have to organize a lot of this stuff. See how it's piled up? You just can't sell it out of the pile. So somebody will take charge, and a couple guys will work together, and they'll get that organized. Like this table looks fairly organized as it is, but still things will have to be brought out and set up in rows of some sort. So usually there's, you know, a couple row here, row there, row here, row there, row here, and then there's usually a row down the center here with another row right up against his back. So you get the idea. Alrighty then, it's like 10 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is warming up. It feels like it's about 75 degrees. Thought I'd give you a quickie what I've been doing. I was unloading boxes and taking the merchandise out of boxes and sorting it into even sometimes smaller boxes and grouping like items together. I found sterling silver spoons. They went all the way up front under the, what we call the block up there under the pavilion. Get special priority, things like that. So this is like one consignor from down here, starting at this Easter stuff. You got looks like some old Noritake Christmas decorations. Call it chicken on a nest, nutcracker, battery operated Santa Claus. these are the stickers we use to remind us who's consigning this item. So often they get printed out in the printer, but sometimes you just handwrite them out yourself. So like I said, this consigner goes all the way up to this red stick here, and then the consigner lot would change. So, but I believe the consigner I was working on, lot 366, is also on this side, and some of the other guys are setting this side up. So it's quite the hodgepodge. Some retro kids books and some interesting Irish coffee cups. There's a travel bar. And is this false craft? No, it's just like kind of similar to false craft, but it's not false craft. All right, well, I think I will find another lot to work on. See all those bins over there? They will have to be packed out onto the table. We don't generally sell the stuff by the bin full. There's an exception now and then, maybe if it's just a bin of, plus the bin's usually never full. It's maybe just on the bottom, but you know, like a bunch of rusty stuff sometimes might leave in a bin, but if it's good stuff, we gotta take it out and sort it out. So that's called row 5.5 over there, because if you see, it lines up with these posts. Row 5 is right there, so they call this row 5.5, because row 1 starts all the way at the far side of the pavilion. So 1, 2, 3. I think that row 3 used to be tables. They replaced it with furniture. Took some tables out. So row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7 over there where Ken's working, and then row 8. And under the tree is 8.5. So it's a system and it works pretty good. Of course, then there's the block up there. All right, well, I'm going to get back to work. All right, well, here it is at 2:20 in the afternoon. Last time I checked in, it was like 10 something. Hours later, it's 90 degrees, and I told you they were going to get this parking lot set up. See how they filled the middle aisle up? And they spread everything out that was in packs or stacks in the back. They spread it out and created these little rows coming out towards the center of the parking lot. So now it can be more easily accessed by the would-be buyers. And there goes Dean. Dean is awesome. We're going to miss him around here. But like I said, they kept spreading it out and adding to it. So there is no shortage of merchandise here at Dudley's Auction. The parking lot is full. Mattresses, box springs stacked high and ready to fly.
All right, I got your brackets over here.
We have plants and tomato plants and pepper plants and just things that flowers. This over here is row 8. Overall on this side is 8.5. Easter egg wreath. Chicken on a nest again. Down here under this canvas tent portable awning is row 9. So row 9, we got a lot of books and videos, plushy frogs, some nice chop saws and some DeWalt battery tools. If you want to know what's really going on, you can go to Dudley's website and see on YouTube also, and see what's up with. Actually, it's going to be at the sale tomorrow, but look at these old ammo cases. Boxes of record albums. And this row here is called 9.5. Took me a little while to get a handle on all this when I first started, but I know them now by their numbers without having to, quote, find the number on the front. Every row does have a number on the front of it. Cat collection. Mickey Mouse blow mold. There's a none in a box. A showcase, to be precise. Looks like Hallmark keepsake Christmas ornaments. All of this is going to be sold tomorrow. Usually takes us several hours. We start at 8 o'clock. See, I was telling you there's a number at the beginning of every row. This is row 2. Over there's row 1. Oh! Okay, well I hope that's okay. Something blew over. Need the breeze though. Like I say, it's 90 degrees here. Need a buck or two. Well, Easter's come and gone, but they'll be ready for next year.
We gotta find a spot for this.
You're right about that. Books. And like I said, this used to be tables down here, but now they took the tables out, and this is row 3, and it's full of furniture. Row 4. Lamps. More lamps. Now all this pottery and glass belongs to one consigner, and if we check, he was $347. So at this table is a new consigner, $66.43. Some nice toys, camera equipment, vintage camera. Whatever's in this bag here, some kind of a movie light, miniature Tonkas, more toys, turntables, bar stools. This is part of row 3. Got a lot of life left in them. They're probably from the 70s or 80s. Binoculars, plants. It's a little odd to see a couch sitting here between these 2 rows of tables. Maybe they have yet to move it. They probably will. There's almost never any furniture in between the 2 walking aisles. Furniture gets its own aisle. Over here's 5.5. They don't have a number card for that, but it's a given, you know. Row 4 is behind me. Row 5 is behind me. No, this is 5. 5.5. 5's over there. Nice champagne bucket. Matchbook collection. So I've been packing out, taking stuff out of cardboard boxes and setting it up on tables. And today I worked pretty much under the big pavilion. Often I'm out there giving them a hand in the parking lot, but I didn't get around to doing that today, but I worked non-stop. There's Mr. Carl again. He's taking pictures of everything for the online website, so you can see picture by picture a lot of the stuff that we're having available, along with the video that Dean Swickard took earlier. Well, I'm glad we're getting the heat out of the way today. Today is going to be 90. There goes Tommy. And today it's, like I said, it's 90. Tomorrow is only supposed to be a high of 85, so I'd rather the 85 tomorrow than today. St. Patrick's Irish collection. Stuff like this will be sold by the bin lot. Pull that out and say, what am I bid on this bin full of goodness and happiness? What am I bid on this bin? Or we might just say choice of these 4 bins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Box full of kitty toys. Another box full of kitty toys. Supersized keyboard. I'm going to plug that in and see if it's working. I keep telling myself I'm going to get my son a keyboard and he's going to become a prodigy. My one son Matthew was learned to play the violin, and he did that for 2 years, and then he moved over to the cello. That was the last instrument he was practicing with. My older son, he plays a little guitar. I gave him the guitar that I had for years, and he was into it for a couple years, but I guess, like a lot of people, lays it down for a while. Maybe he'll get back to it. All right, well, I'll show you what's up on the block here. There's a nice bar set. Bookcases, clothing. Always have clothing. And we try and put the best of the best up here. There's a marionette in a box. Oh, check this marionette out. I'm trying to get past this rack of books here. Guess who it is? Bozo. All right, a lot of collectibles up here. A lot of sterling silvers out here on the block. There's a statement piece here. Got the busty angels on it and a little cherub on it. You think, oh, that's some kind of vase or urn. Now, when you look in the top, it doesn't go through. It doesn't come apart. But I think it needs tightened up. So you probably have to take the nut off, pull the shaft out, and reach inside and tighten up these angels. Well, let the new owner do that. Some McCoy vases. Nice silver plate. Nice old mantel clock. Case full of decanters. Lots of sterling silver in here. BB gun. Cub Scout collectibles. A couple of clocks. And some dinner. What's the make on that? Old Ivory, Syracuse, China. I think Old Ivory is the pattern, and Syracuse is the company that made it. All right, well, we got no shortage of collectibles. As far as tomorrow's sale, there's nothing inside the auction hall that's going to be part of it. Every once in a while, there might be a row down the center of the auction hall, some overflow, but got some massive china hutch there. There's the outdoor air conditioner. Look at this showcase. Wow. That is awesome. Perfect if you're an antique mall vendor. We got a lot of big pieces of furniture, so hopefully lovers of furniture will be here tomorrow. Look at that beast. Apologize for the noise of the air conditioner, but it does feel good. A couple of rockers. Art, framed art. All right, well, I think I've shown you the gist of it. Appreciate your like, follow, subscribe, comment. So this is Secondhand Dan signing off from Dudley's Auction Land in Inverness. Bye.